Good morning, soon to be afternoon. Um, I've been waiting to come out to this location. And this is kind of funny, but it's cool in a way. I want to share with you. Um, Once again, absolutely no notice for this live, and I'm going to tell you why. I had some thoughts in mind. I was going to do something different today on today's excursion. Uh, Way different. It was going to be super special. So anyway, at Karick Lake is in Baker, Florida. There is a south side and a north side. At the north side, there is a small little public fishing pier. So as I come down the hill, it's right next to the boat ramp, and I see it, and I'm just so amazed. There's campers out here. It's a really beautiful campground. They call it a recreation area because it also has day use. And fortunately, I do have the annual pass. That's one of the good things I've done in life. I was able to get that annual pass at 50% off, so I can enjoy all the Florida state parks for $30, and it's good for 365 days from the date of purchase. So anyway, so I have this game plan in mind for what I'm going to do for a couple videos out here. I'm super excited. I come down the hill. There is nobody on this public pier at all. Nobody. So I'm like, this is going to work out perfect. This is exactly what I was dreaming for, above expectations. So I get my chair ready. One little accessory I had, and I was getting ready to do some other stuff. So right up the hill, I don't know, about 100 yards away, there's a bathhouse, or two bathhouses actually. So I was going to use the restroom real quick so I could be all settled in. And turns out I have pretty decent reception, which is very unusual for the Blackwater River State Forest. Hello, everybody. I see Rebecca has commented. Trying to shoot out a real quick story. Kind of funny, par for my life. But this incident, I gladly sacrifice what happened. So there's two bathhouses up there. You can use them for showers and restroom purposes, which is good. So I technically probably the day use people are probably not supposed to use the showers, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how they can regulate that, but some campgrounds have campers only facilities. Some of the other ones for day use are only restrooms and sinks. There is no shower facilities. Anyway, let me get on to the story if I can stay on point here. So I'm trying to get, I can't tell you yet what I was going to do, but it was going to be very different. It's going to be fun. I'm real excited to actually get out fishing again. And when I go to the bathhouse, who's there? Cub Scouts, a whole pack of Cub Scouts. So there's probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 kids out here that I thought I was going to have this private pier, public fishing pier, but the kids are there, the parents, they're scout masters, what have you. So what I had, which I was going to do as a part of a educational video part of today, was I had a little can of Friskies cat food. It was like a tuna blend. It was like a seafood meat blend, and that makes excellent chum. Chum is something you throw into the water. It draws scent and oils and stuff like that to attract the fish. So I realized my plan currently, maybe these kids won't be out here that long, maybe only an hour. Sometimes kids, their attention span is not long. So I'm hoping they go away and at lunchtime I can fish. But I donated the tuna fish to the scoutmaster, and kind of demonstrated how they can use it. I didn't demonstrate, but I told them how they can use it. I didn't have a little spoon. I had a little not plastic knife, so they can flick that in the water, hopefully increase their chances of success. But it's very important to give back and sacrifice for the future of the kids. I see a Scoutmaster. This is so doggone funny. You can tell this guy does not know how to fish. He's using a spinny reel and rod, and he has it upside down. He's using it, and he has no idea what he's doing. And on top of that, he is snagged. So I think for a minute he thought he had a fish, but he is utilizing the spinning reel the exact wrong way. Spinning reel, the reel should be on the bottom. The handles are reversible. So contrary to popular belief that some people would, if you're right-handed, that should be that's your dominant hand. That's the hand you're going to hold the rod with. Then you reel with your left hand. If you're left-handed, you just reverse the process. You can switch that handle over. But anyway, what happens is when this guy's reeling incorrectly, you're going to unscrew the handle. And then there's like little plastic bushings in there, and he's going to end up losing his handle. So I'm torn. I kind of want to go out there and talk to him. I don't want to embarrass the guy, but maybe I can save him a few dollars because he's going to end up losing this reel. It was so funny. There was a video I was watching one time. This is quite a few years. I have it shared on Facebook, but I snapped a screenshot. It was some movie with Danny Glover in it, and he was fishing in this movie. You could tell he had no idea what he was doing, and the producers, nobody picked up on it, but Danny Glover had his spinning reel on top, and he was, he had no idea what he was doing. If I heard the name of the movie, I would tell you, yes, that's it, tell you where to find that. But poor guy is snagged on some, there's a lot of like the grass here. And what they do with a lot of these lakes up in this region is they'll drain them periodically. I don't think it's a full drain. It's like, I forget the exact percentage, like a 70 or 75% drain. And they treat the water. And it also, that what they do during that drainage period, they try and research some of the fish that's in the lake. And I've heard they also shock the lake somehow, and that's how they find out if there's a real big fish in there, or try and get a rough count. But it has something to do, when they drain the lake, it has something to do to prevent so much algae growth. And they do that once or twice a year. I forget exactly. I know they do at least once a year. But anyway, so I may change plans. I'm going to have to pivot. So I'll probably do a driving tour, not with you guys right now, but wanted to share that story. Hopefully these kids, so far nobody's caught anything other than some weeds and algae, and just thought I'd share. But I just did a short video. I need to look at it, and since oh shoot, must be like a pulsating signal here, because I had a pretty good signal about 5 minutes ago. Now it looks like it's only like 1 bar or so. There's all different types of fish you can catch with a spinning rod. Spinning rods are not designed for one type of fishing. You can use it for saltwater or freshwater fishing. This is a freshwater lake. I'm going to do some research, and I'll get you all the particulars, the size of the lake, how big this recreation area is, things of that nature. But in this lake, there's a lot of panfish. There's different types of basically like bluegill, what do they call the red ear panfish? It's like a form of sunfish, bluegill, what have you. There's largemouth bass. There may be smallmouth bass in here. I did, matter of fact, I'm going to show you. I just picked up another copy of the fishing regulations. That's freshwater. So they have a diagram in here of, so I'm going to read what some typical fish are that can be caught in the state of Florida. And most of these can be caught in this waterway, this lake. So there's largemouth bass, there's spotted / Choctaw bass. I'm not sure if that's in here. There's shoal bass, Suwannee bass. I'm not sure if those are located. I think some of those bass are river type fish. There's yeah, there would be crappie in here most likely. So there's bluegills, there's red ear sunfish, there's a filer, red breast sunfish, a warmouth, spotted sunfish. Some lakes have striped bass, white bass, sunshine bass, butterfly, peacock bass. Pretty sure none of those are here. Peacock bass, a lot of people don't realize this. It's called a bass, but it's actually in the cichlid family. Then there's obviously going to be a bunch of catfish in here. There's different types of catfish. There could be some gar in here. There's no swimming allowed. There's a beautiful blue bird just landed on this post and rail fence. I don't know if that's a blue fence or not. I kind of have my phone secured into this clipboard, so I can't pivot, and he just flew away anyway. But there was something there I was going to say. This lake is designated no swimming because there's supposed to be lots of alligators up in this region. There is one lake about 15 miles away. They must monitor it pretty closely, but it's swim at your own risk. They do have lifeguards on duty. That was the Cruel Lake campground. I've talked to you about that. Anyway, so I just decided to, hey, JJ. Yeah, Jason commented, that's JJ Drones. He says, hey, Gary, sounds like you're reading from a menu from a Wisconsin fish fry. And I'm glad you popped in here. These Boy Scouts were up here by the restrooms, and probably going, they were going to do their business before they come out to this little pier. And normally I would fish, but since it's kids and the name of the channel, I'm not going to do that. I could do it from afar, but I'm not going to film that just out of respect. But one of the guys up there, they were having a conversation. One of the scoutmasters said to the other guy, he said, he said in the UP, in Michigan, he said it's really weird. He said some places, certain times of year, he said it doesn't get dark until like 10 o'clock at night. So it made me think of Jason Johnson, that's JJ Drones, and if you can concur to that with the different time zones and how dark it gets up there, that'd be interesting tidbit of information. Down here in Florida, with the time change we've had, it's starting to get dark around 7-ish. It's definitely not 9 or 10. But so I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna look at this short. See, now I have almost a full signal. It must be pulsating, but it's good to know if I was torn on whether to camp here. I really wanted to camp here. I was thinking about the south side, which I have not visited yet, but it's supposed to be raining in the morning. So I don't want to pay and just have the ability to have a campfire, which is really worth it. That's a blessing to be able to enjoy a nice fire pit. But I wanted to get up and do a breakfast and do some cooking on camera. But if it's going to be raining, it's not worth the investment. But I will check the weather. I don't know, 10 miles up the road or so, there was two 24-hour gas stations. One looked like you could, possibly both, I could sleep there overnight parking. So I may check the weather, and if it, okay, Jason's saying, LOL, well, I don't think that's accurate as far as that late, but definitely around 8:30ish. Okay, so this is our weatherman on the ground in the UP, and he's probably out in the woods right now looking for a drone. But anyway, he's going to have a video tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. That's his live session. It's going to be a little bit of different concept, but once again, the Florida man, that's me, has a little segment on there that he's supposed to share. Anyway, good channel to watch. Good channel to watch. Unfortunately, it's very rare that unless there's something super special going on, my dinner break is from 6 p.m. Central to 7 p.m. At my job. I do work Sunday nights, so I do not get a chance to partake live unless it's something special event where I restructure my dinner break. I don't like to go to the well too often asking for that type of favor at work. But usually if I do something like that, it's related to Race Across America or Mission 22, or now it'd be related to the foundation that Jason's going to be talking about on his show. But anyway, I'm going to tap off here. I was testing the signal here. I'm really happy that this is one of the few campgrounds in the Blackwater River State Forest. That is a massive forest. It's hundreds of square miles. I have no idea how large. I'm going to do research on that one day and get back to you. Anyway, you guys get a chance, go over and visit Rebecca Touched by Yarn. She was a lucky recipient of two Fortune for a Friend episodes, because she had a double fortune cookie, and the second one somehow got misplaced. I just replaced it with a new fortune cookie for her. Check her out. You're going to see her all over YouTube channels. She's very supportive of other YouTube channels. Very nice lady, and she does a lot of good for YouTube channels. She's always mostly doing like knit caps and stuff like that. She's keeping a lot of people warm. So Rebecca, if you're still in, throw me a quote, what you would charge, so I can send one out to Haley Johnson and Jason Johnson. I will gladly pay you. What's that hamburger thing? I'm glad you pay you tomorrow for a burger today or something like that. Yeah, Rebecca, send me a quote. Jason's wife is Haley. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. She needs to be rewarded. So we're going to tap out right now, and we want to end this with a closing statement that we always try and reinforce. Remember, folks, always know your legal limits, and that obviously pertains to fishing, hunting. Research your legal guidelines. Stay out of trouble with the popo, and we'll be talking to you soon. We're going to be coming back, hopefully, from this forest trip. Not bit by a snake or not eaten by a bear. Talk to you later, folks.